What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. This was a very good episode. This was one hell of an episode. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I'm not here for the two people getting married, that wedding was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. It was gorgeous. Everybody was looking good, cleaned up nice. I was loving it. Diane, of course, always great to see the great Diane. She was looking good. Diane was definitely looking splendid, classy as usual. Epiphany was looking great. Monica, of course. I love when Monica came in. And it was so funny because when Monica came in and Spinelli and Diane saw Monica come in, they were sitting there giggling and laughing like, oh, it's about to go down. Because Diane figured that Monica was going to come in as a last ditch effort to try to stop Jason from going through with it. That was hilarious. I love the Monica Jason interaction. And I love how Monica brought up a prenuptial agreement. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we all know Carly got her own money. She don't need Jason's, but it was funny because I agree with Monica. I said, listen, holla, we want prenup because we need that prenuptial Jason. I know Jason trusts Carly, immensely, but it doesn't hurt to get a little paperwork to ensure your finances. I'm just saying, keep that money intact. Um, so I just want to put this out there because I've seen so many people on Twitter like commenting like, okay, where are the kids? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where's Avery? Where's Jake? Where's Danny? I'm not surprised that the kids are not at the wedding. I'm not shocked because, for one, the wedding is in the evening. They're little kids. This wedding is gonna go on for a while. It's gonna be an after party. They don't need to be there. Two, it's a mob filled wedding. I mean, think about it. You got Vincent Novak there, you got Miss Wu there, you got Bachema there, Bushima, you got all these mob people there. It's like that's not an environment for kids to be. You know what I mean? Because with those guys being there and they're promising that the wedding is gonna be one that people won't forget, it's a bad idea to have the kids there. Because once I saw Miss Wu and all them there, my thought process was get Diane, get Maxie, get Ned, get Olivia, get Monica, get Epiphany, get them the hell out of that building. Get them out of that chapel. Get them out of there. I said the rest of y'all can stay, but get them out. I said get them out. Because if some bullets is about to get flying, or it's a bomb or something that's about to go off, they need to be removed. Because I'll be damned if anything happened to them. Let's go. Let's get them out. Let them exit. Because I don't trust them. They sitting there talking all smiling and talking about their plans and stuff all out in the open. Speaking of, where the hell is the feds? Like, where's the FBI? Where's the PCPD? Like, you got, some big time mob bosses up in there, and there's no surveillance on that wedding. Where's the surveillance team? Because if I was in the law enforcement, if I was into that field, I would be outside of that wedding. I would be having, undercovers all up in there. I would be having, some type of surveillance camera, something up in that church, trying to give me some evidence. I'm just saying, like, it would be realistic to have some type of surveillance on them. I'm just saying. Um, that's what I would have been doing. You got some big time bosses up in there. I mean, you gotta, listen in and see what they talking about because it could go down. Jason was definitely suspicious of Vincent. When Vincent came up talking to Jason about Joey, and the whole bachelor party and stuff like that, and he talking about, oh, I sent Joey away, gave him a one-way ticket. Jason looked like he was not buying what Novak was selling. He was not buying it at all. He wasn't here for it. He don't believe him, and I don't blame him. Because Vincent is slick. Um, Definitely slick. Jason was looking at him like, yeah, I got your number. I'm going to get you. I hope so, because like Jason in that world, you got to have eyes in the back of your head, and Vincent is not to be trusted. Clearly, one person who seems to fail to see that, Miss Gladys, she was working my nerves as usual, sitting there talking about, oh, why isn't Sasha here? Because she's big and pregnant, and you got a bunch of goons up in there. Like, I'm just saying. But the doctor pretty much put her in bed rest. Because of a little bit of complications and stuff. So she's on bed rest. And Brando was like, he was on the phone with her actually telling her like he's going to bring her some piece, a piece of cake or whatever. Listen, sir, Brando. I know I'm on a diet and things, but I'll love a piece of cake. You know, if Sasha won't eat it, you could bring me a piece. Thank you, please and thank you. Because I'm sure the cake is gonna be good. I don't know why I'm lying, because I already had me a piece of cake this morning. That's my sin for the day, I guess. Um, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I saw the shit in the refrigerator. I said, you know what? Let me get a piece of cake this morning. Because that cake was good. I was like, you know what? I'm going to eat it. I'm going to pay later, but I'm going to eat it today. Um, so anyway, yeah, Gladys is just, the worst type of mother. Like, just awful. Bloody awful. Vincent came over there, you know, offering Brando a job and stuff like within his organization, and Brando turned him down. Honestly, I don't think Brando's gonna stay out of, you know, the criminal organization for long. I don't think he will. Something is probably gonna get him to get, you know, involved in the business. I'm glad that for the time being he's choosing not to be a part of it. Will it last? Probably not. Probably not. Um, but I'm glad he turned Vincent down. Of course, Gladys was not thrilled with that. She was like, "Oh, why would you turn him down?" She's sitting there talking about, "Oh, I'm trying to set you up for the future and stuff." No, ma'am. If you were really trying to set your son up for the future and set him up to win, you would be encouraging him to go the legit route. You would actually be trying to help that, facilitate that. Didn't she have a house in Bridgeport? If I was her to help my son, you know, better himself, I probably would have took out a second mortgage or took out a bank loan and used my house in Bridgeport as collateral, seeing as how she's not living in it. You know what I mean? Like I would have done something to help him achieve his dreams. You know, that's what a real parent would do. You would support your child. You know, you would support him emotionally, sometimes financially if he needed. You would be a support system for him. You would not sit here and encourage him to get into a life of crime just so it can financially benefit your lazy ass. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I got to put it out there. Like she's a sleazeball and she's so stupid. She doesn't even see that Vincent is just using her. That's all he's doing. You ain't nothing but a means to an end for him. You're not charming like he claimed you were. He's using you, Doink the clown. That's all he's doing, clown. He's using your foolish behind. Like Gladys is old enough to know better. Like you're old enough. Like she's so gullible and naive. Like she will do anything for a dollar. Anything. Anything that can financially benefit her or she can climb up that social ladder. Oh, she'll do it. She'll do it. She will pimp out her own son if she could. She sit here down, you know, looking down on him because he became a stripper or whatever. His side job is him stripping or whatever. So stripping is legit. You damn right it's legit. That's legit. You know, people got to do what they got to do when they got a child on the way and they got to support themselves and their child. You do what you have to do. And if that means going out there, shaking your rump shaker for some money, them strippers make good money. I ain't gonna lie. They be bringing home some really good ones now. They could bring home probably up to like 50 to 100K a night if you really bomb. Like if you really the shit, oh, you can bring home some good money. Oh, you definitely can. I'm not mad at Brando. Brando was like, listen, if I got to shake a tail feather to make this money, I'm willing to do it. I'm not mad at that. At least he's not hurting nobody. You know, he's not doing nothing illegal. You know, so I can't get mad at that. Gladys need to go sit her old tail down somewhere because it's like at the end of the day, and I'm glad Brando brought that up to her. He was like, "Look, we barely made it out the Cyrus situation alive." That was smart of him because it's so true. Like y'all barely made it out of there, barely. And you really want to tempt fate again? God was on your side the first time, and she really did not want to give Carly and Jason no type of credit at all. Talking about, oh, I wouldn't give Carly any credit. Oh, I wonder what my dear departed cousin Sonny would think about all this. Hopefully, when Sonny come back, he put a bullet in you, because I had enough of you. Like, just drop her off in the Pine Barrens. Just do me that favor, please. Um. So anyway, moving on from that. Willow was looking good too. I forgot all about Willow, but Willow was looking nice. You know, she came in dressed. You know, she looked good. A little colorful, but she looked good though. You know, she looked scrump. She looked scrumptious. Um, I'm still really not kind of feeling her and Michael at the very moment because writers, y'all need to do something with them. I'm just saying. Chad brings so much to the show. Like he has a lot of potential if they use it. tap into that potential. Like, we've seen them tap into his potential before, and we saw what Michael can do. Like, we saw what Chad as an actor can do. I need them to tap into that again. I need it badly. Like, it's wasted potential if you're not gonna do nothing with him, and Lord knows you should. Um. So anyway, Bobby was looking good too. Carly was gorgeous. Jocelyn was looking nice. Especially Trina. Trina was looking good. Everybody was just dressed to the nines. Like, everybody really looked, fabulous. Um, so of course, Maxie was, like, okay, chop chop, we need to get the ceremony started. Let's go. I said it's about time. Let's get it going. Um, so Carly came walking down the aisle and stuff like that, and her and Jason was sharing vows. Even though I'm not thrilled about them getting married, the ceremony was nice. They lit a candle for the people that they loved and lost. Um, it was beautiful. Jason gave off a nice vow. Carly did too. It was nice. Um, I was screaming at Maxie though, because the whole time Maxie was sitting there, I was like, Maxie, answer your phone, madam. Well, I understand why she wouldn't answer the phone in the middle of a wedding ceremony, because that is tacky. That is. It's dreadful. Thank God she had the phone on vibrate though, but it is tacky to answer her phone throughout that ceremony. But I was like, Jack, sir, you could have at least texted her. Like, you could have texted her. If she's not going to answer the phone, text her, fool. Like, we just sitting here calling for her. Today the day of the wedding. So anyway, Olivia need to calm down. Like, she really do. I almost forgot about her, but she need to calm down with this Austin hate. I think she's really in denial about her son. Like, clearly your son has an issue. And I think she's in denial about it because she doesn't want to face it. And I do believe that she noticed things about him, because if Ned noticed it, you noticed it. And she's sitting there talking about, well, there are other specialists in the world and stuff. Austin's not the only doctor. Duh, he never said he was the only doctor. He even told them that they should see a specialist. That, he can call or make some phone calls or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? He's trying to help you. It's not about ELQ. He's genuinely, trying to help your son. And, obviously he loves being a doctor, and he takes that very seriously. So I think Olivia just needs to listen to him. So anyway, moving on from that. Lord have mercy. That fire department in Nixon Falls is so incompetent. So incompetent. I'm like, by the time they get that fire out, Sonny could have been dead from smoke inhalation. I'm just saying, you know how long that man was up in there breathing in them fumes? Breathing all that smoke in and stuff? That man could be dead by now. And it was so unrealistic when Sonny woke up and yelling out for Carly and stuff. I said, how could you talk so clear when you've been in that fire for so long, breathing in all that smoke? I would have been coughing. I haven't heard not one from him. Not a one. But you got Phyllis and Nina out here coughing up a lung, but Sonny ain't coughing. And he the one still up in there. I haven't heard not one. Not a one. Not a one. I said, come on now. Keep it real. Speaking of Nina, the dingbat that she is, that woman is she's so far gone. She mentally is gone. Like, Phyllis was looking at her in disgust. Like, Phyllis was like, you know what? She was like, we'll talk about your lies. She said, we'll talk about all that later. Now is not the time to talk about this. She said, there's a friend of mine in there that's trapped in there. She said, I ain't got time to deal with you right now. I so agree. Because she was spitting some real facts to Nina. She was like, listen, you can't even determine what you want to call him. Like, Nina was acting so overdramatic, yelling and screaming when Jax pulled her out the TNO. She's sitting there yelling, Mike, Mike, you gotta say Mike. I'm like, Nina, shut up. Shut up. His name is not Mike. Shut up, madam. Shut up. Put the shut to the up. Hush your fuss. That's not his name. Like, Phyllis was looking at her like, I don't even know who you are. Like, that's the vibes I was getting from Phyllis. She was not here for Nina at all. She was just looking at her and just total, just, ugh. Like, she just, every time she looked at Nina, it just felt like she just, like, she just wanted to gag. I don't blame her, because for the last 8-9 months, I've been wanting to gag my damn self. I don't blame you, Miss Phyllis. I'm glad Phyllis is all right, though. But that fire department ain't nothing. I'm going to tell you that right now. Like, what's taking y'all so long to put this fire out? They sitting there talking about, oh, we couldn't get to him or whatever. Put the fire out. Where's the fire extinguishers? Put the fire out and maybe you can get to him, fool. The damn place still on fire. You got all this medical personnel, all these fire people out here. Where's the hose? Shh. Spray the hose and you get the fire out. You can get to him, fool, before he die. I swear, when Sonny get out of this, I would sue the hell out the Nixon Falls Fire Department. I would sue them for every dime. I would sue that city, that town. Like, they are not doing nothing to put that fire out. Like, where's the hose? Lord, fix it. Fix it, Jesus. Fix this mess. Um, it was, yeah, but you know, Phyllis was just spitting fat. She was like, you know what, you keep calling this. You don't know if you want to call this man Mike or if you want to call this man Sonny. She was like, so if he does die, she was like, who are you gonna mourn, Mike or Sonny? We all know the answer to that question. We don't even have to ask it. We know. Um, I feel bad for Phyllis. Like her bar, you know, where she shares so many memories, a bar that she built with her late husband is burning to the ground all because of Nina and her lies and her foolishness. Like, this is just sad. I feel bad for that woman. And she was so good to Nina. So good to her. You know, helped her find out who her child was and stuff and where she went. Like, she was so good to you. And this is how you repay her? Burning down her building? So she finally told, you know, the cop or whatever that Peter was the one who did it, and he was wanted or whatever. And Jax was pissed when he found out that Nina knew Peter was alive, that he knew he was around. And she, of course, coming up with excuses. Well, he was gonna hurt James, and okay, but you could have warned Maxie about that. You know what I'm saying? Maxie would have came up with a plan. She would have got Mac or the police department or security, whatever. The Quartermains would have hired somebody if they felt it was a threat. She could have told Valentine. You know what I mean? Like, Nina, you could have did plenty to, you know, nip this in the bud, but you chose to keep silent because you want to keep Sonny under your thumb. That's all this was for her. Like, Nina gonna go to hell with gasoline drawers on. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you. So anyway, so while Sonny was unconscious, you know, in his mind, he was talking to his father, Mike. And, you know, Mike was pretty much trying to help him, you know, get back and remember who he is. You know, he was telling him to close his eyes and stuff. And he remembered all of Sonny's, you know, past deeds and stuff, like how volatile Sonny was. And, you know, Sonny, well, Mike, he was like, you know, why would I want to go back to that? Like, why would I want to be that man? And you know, his father was letting him know, like, yeah, you know, you had your dark side to you, but you was also a good guy too. Like, you were charitable, you were a good friend, loyal, and stuff like that. And he was basically just letting Sonny know, like, yeah, you built this life for yourself in Nixon Falls, but everything that you are, you wouldn't be if it wasn't for who you were or who you really are, which is Sonny Corinthos. Like, look at how his instincts was about Elijah. Look at how he played in the poker game. Look at how he knows how to handle a gun. All of that is because you are Sonny Corinthos. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be what you are if it wasn't for that. So he's just basically trying to tell him, know your past, remember your past, and choose what you want to do after you know. And I agree with that. I agree. I say, you know what? Once he fully knows who he is, make that choice of what you really want to be, who you want to be. You know? I love those scenes. They were beautifully done. Honestly, I love how Sonny kept having that vision of Carly, but her back was towards him. So then when, you know, he had that vision of Carly again, and this time she turned around, he saw her face. Um, his father was pretty much telling him, you may have found love in Nixon Falls, but you had love in your real life. You know what I mean? And I believe that's when Sonny got his memory back. So it looks like he got his memory back, and he's choosing to go back to Port Charles because when he woke up in that fire, he was yelling for Carly, you know, yelling her name to come help him, come back to him. Um, this was good. I was not a fan of the amnesia story, but I love how they're wrapping it up. Those were beautiful scenes between Maurice Bernard and Max Gale. Those were really dope scenes, like, and I think it was, you know, really great how they're, like I said, like how they're wrapping this up. I think it was brilliant. It was brilliant because I wasn't expecting this ending to be like this, but I'm glad they did it this way. I think it was great. Um, yeah, this was a great episode. I totally enjoyed it. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and I'll see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.